afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be. This is Lovely Afrobeat Music Talk Radio. Is once again Highway 6 to Africa. Yes, Highway 6 to Africa. Yes, there are only highways. So many highways going to Africa, but hey, we've chosen Highway 6 to Africa, the only highway that goes to Africa, where a lot of our artists, publishers, managers come to meet under the baobab tree. You know, if you know about the baobab tree, it's one tree in Africa, especially in the northern part, getting to the Sahara, that can hold water, so much water in its in the trunk, and it can last for 1,000 years. So this is where we are right now. Highway 6 to Africa, folks. My name is DJ TYB, the place to be. We are back at it again as keen, as I have already indicated. Normally, my sidekicks will be here, Petra and Ron Molinga, but the two of them are on hiatus for just this weekend. You know, Petra is participating in the Caribbean Festival, aka Caribana. Yes, they've named the Caribbean Festival, but it's Caribana, and she is playing mass today. For those of you who don't know a lot more, or a little, if you know a little bit more about the Caribana, it's about one of the festivals, one of the biggest or largest festivals of people of Caribbean descent or African descent, if I can put it that way, outside of the Caribbean. It's a great festival where in Toronto we've gotten about almost 500,000 visitors visiting the city. As we speak right now, as we're on the radio right now, folks, yes, the parade is ongoing on Lakeshore Drive. So if you're within the Toronto and its environs, hey, it's happening right there. And if you're going to go there, please be careful, drive safely, get some great parking. You know what? Let me tell you my story. I went to a festival, and because of the excitement, folks, you know what I did? I went and parked somewhere. By the time I called back, I had about $200 ticket posted on my windscreen, which I'm still contending with it. Yeah, so if you're going downtown, you may either have to take, you know, the public transport, or, you know what, find a good parking spot. And having said that, today and this afternoon, this evening, wherever you may be, folks, we are going to have a conversation with one of Antigua's best. Yes, one of Antigua's best. And to those of you also who are trying to scratch your heads about where Antigua is a very beautiful island or a country in the Caribbean. They are well vexed when it comes to athletics, but when it comes to music, a little bit of said about it. But hey, all is not lost. There are so many great musical artists, artists out there that we haven't yet, folks, gotten around in having a conversation. And this is the reason why we have been reaching out to so many of our brothers and sisters around the globe. Hey, if you have some clean music, we can, we can bring you on Lovely Afrobeat Music Talk Radio Highway 6 to Africa to have a conversation with you. Petra, as I said, is playing mass today. She is not available. She's not going to be with us today. Ron Molinga is out west in Vancouver, around that area. He's also taking the long weekend in stride with family and friends, you know, camping and having fun. And you know what? I've been left alone. I miss them already, you know what? But all the same, let's go out there and look at so many things going on in the world of entertainment within our community and beyond, folks. Yes, our community and beyond. Well, back to school, top movies and TV shows about Black student experience. It's ongoing out there. And well, folks, we have to be able to reach out and look at what is happening within our community. Yes, Maya Rudolph is returning as Kamala Harris for the Saturday Night Live season 50. Yes, she's coming up. Yes, she's going to be coming up. She first portrayed Vice President Harris in 2019, and she's back at it again, and she's going to be portraying Vice President Paris. Now let's take the Olympics. Yes, the Olympics is ongoing in Paris, folks. Flavor Flav, you know Flavor Flav. Yes, Flavor Flav is talking about being an Olympic water polo hype man and assisting women in sports. I didn't know that he was a sportsman. I didn't know that Flavor Flav was a sportsman. Well, Simone Biles, some people say Bills, Simone Biles jokes about loving her black job after winning another gold. Oh, my sister is on the run. She's breaking all, you know what, all records available in this sport. And I'm proud of her. I'm proud of her because, you know what, few black, young black women and men engage themselves in this sport. Yes, gymnastics. And if I can get it right now, gymnastics superstar Simone Biles playfully referenced former President Donald Trump's controversial black job market after clinching her second individual all-round gold medal at the Paris Olympics. The 27-year-old took to her, X platform and posted, and I quote, "I love my black job," in response to an online comment that read, "Simone Biles being the GOAT, winning gold medals and dominating gymnastics." Yes, gymnastics in her black job. Now let's look at another gossip out there. 50 Cent shares heartfelt message following passing of his grandfather. The hip-hop veteran is mourning the loss of the man who raised him. Yes, and please, my brother, accept my sincere condolences for the passing of your grandfather. We have all been through that, and welcome to the club. The G Unit leader took to his Instagram page, folks, to announce the tragic news. On Wednesday, that's July the 31st, you do not know, none of this really matters. Yeah, we can't take it with us. I lost my grandfather last night. Well, in a follow-up post on Thursday, August the 1st, 50 Cent shared a heartfelt tribute alongside photos of the pair over the years. "My old man," he says, "it's a tough act to follow. He sacrificed for all of us. He made me smile every time I saw him. The last time he went to the hospital, he was dehydrated, so the nurse couldn't find a vein. I came in, I said, 'Pop, you all right?' He recalled, he said, 'No,' confused face emoji. She stick me again, and I'm start shooting. Oh my God, almost fell out." The old man has left the world for great eternity to be with his, with his maker. That is what is happening in the world of celebrity gossip. Now let's look at what we have here. Today in Toronto, folks, in Toronto, with the Caribana, there are a lot of acts going on in Toronto. As I indicated before, folks, there's a lot of great art and pomp and pageantry in Toronto, folks. If you are around here, you have to come around and then be with us and then enjoy the bars. Toronto is a place where you can always come around and have fun because we have so many, starting from the Black History Month, where we have a lot of so many activities. Yes, you won't believe it. It's a lot happening from Black History Month. Then we have the African music festival, Afrofest, one of the largest African music festivals, I should say, in North America, which was started close to about 40 years ago. And yours sincerely was, I'm happy to have participated in the early launching of this great festival. It has seen the likes of Hugh Masakela, who yours sincerely was able to, or had the opportunity to open for. And we have Sonny Okosun of blessed memory. We have had Sonny Ade. We have had Sean Kuti. We have had Alpha Blondie. We have had Joel Aka, Pat Thomas. We have had so many great artists out there who have come through this great festival. and you are listening to Love the Afrobeat Music Talk Radio. The program is Highway 6 to Africa. We are going to be having a shorter version of the program today because a lot is happening, and I can't get myself out of the studio to go and watch what is happening downtown in Toronto. Rapper and reality star Christian Rock has been sentenced to 30 days in jail and 12 months in probation for charges related to an assault charge in November. The 24-year-old star, whose real name is Christian Malone, was arrested Friday, that's June the 14th, at the San Fernando Valley Courthouse, where she was supporting on and off again boyfriend and rapper Blueface, who was there for his probation violation. Folks, it hasn't been pretty. And I don't, wish anybody to go through this court system for us to be able to get so many things accomplished, folks. Now, folks, here we are once again. We are happy to have today, yes, Tiguua is in the house right now.
Hey, what's going on?
My brother.
What's up, man? How are you?
Yes. I'm doing great. It's great to have you in the house on Highway 6 to Africa. Yes, it's great to have you.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me.
Yes. How was your week before we go into the nitty-gritty of things? Hey, you just have to feel chillax, relax, because you are among friends here. Normally, I will have my sidekicks, who's a Juno Award nominee, and Ron Molinga, a singer-songwriter and artist. Well, they are normally with us, but you know what? We have the Caribana in Canada, in Toronto. So everything is geared towards what is happening in downtown Toronto, where we have over 500,000 visitors visiting us for this Caribbean festival. And I'll be rushing there right after this program. But hey, you come first.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you.
That's righty. Folks, my first question, if Petra was in the house, I would have always asked her to shoot the first question. But hey, she's not here. So I'm taking it upon myself, folks, TYB, to ask Tiguua how the whole thing got started, the musical career. Let's chat. Let's have a conversation. The floor is yours.
Yeah. So growing up, I was always into music. I like music, always had headphones in or a speaker or something like that. Was always into it. But I never really thought of actually making music. And then I went away to university and I was in Miami. I had some friends that made music and I'd freestyle and just mess around and stuff. And so one day they told me to come over and record something. So I did. And then the rest is history from there. I just kept going after that. And I really enjoyed the process of making music and hearing back the voice. And so I just kept doing it.
Awesome. Yeah, myself too. My first time in the studio was a challenge because my very first time I was with a superstar from Africa, and he asked me to do a backup for him, and what an honor it was. And you know what, the rest has become history, and it has opened so many doors for me. And instead of being, behind the mic right now, I'm in the studio highlighting the music and bringing, out to the world what is best within our community. That's where we are. That's right. And when you started, was there any person who was positive with respect to the career that you chose at the time?
Yeah, I guess I had the same friends that I recorded with. They were definitely without them and them encouraging me to go into the studio, I would have never gotten started anyways. So definitely have to give a lot of credit to those guys. And then when I moved back home to Antigua, I had another friend, Corey, who also made music under the name ATO Ace. He's changed his name now to Corey again, which is his actual name. But he was making music. So when I got back home, I got in touch with him, and we became really close and started making a lot of music together as well. And he helped me a lot with my recording, mixing, mastering, and all of that. So I definitely have to give credit there as well, because without him, I wouldn't have got out a lot of the releases that I was able to get out when I first started. So owe a lot to those guys for sure.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. We always talk about the positives that those people who have helped us, and those who were sort of, did you, when you were starting out, was there any pushback? Because you know what? I'm telling you, when I started my career back home in Africa, everybody wants their kids to be doctors and lawyers and magistrates and judges and pilots and stuff like that. Initially, I thought I was going to be a pilot. That was what I thought I was going to be. But hey, here I am behind the mic, and I've made music and we've won so many awards and stuff like that. But there was that pushback. Did you get any pushback to say, hey, Tiguua, no, this is not for you. I want you to be a lawyer, a banker, a magistrate, a judge, what have you. Did you get any pushback from on that score too? I think we have had Tiguua is frozen right now, but when we return, I'm going to be asking him the same question again, folks. I'm going to be asking him the same question, and I hope he returns as soon as possible. You know, technology always doesn't play great with us, but all the same, the show goes on. Yes, we are going to reload, and hopefully yeah, Tigua back. We lost you for a
Yeah,
moment.
sorry about that.
Hey,
Wi-Fi cut out.
yeah, that's technology. That's technology. Yes,
Yeah,
my question was there any pushback when you
pushback.
started?
Yeah, yeah,
Yes.
yeah. So I mean, I guess nowadays it's a little like, I feel like there's not as much pushback when you're gonna go into like a creative field, because there's so many people doing it, whether it's a content creator or somebody on YouTube or an influencer on Instagram. I feel like there's so many different avenues to express your creativity now and ways to push it out to the world, where it's not as like, you don't get as much pushback. So I guess when I started, I didn't really get much. I mean, um, I had a good support system around me and people that pushed me in a positive way to keep doing it, and encouraged me to do the music and said that I had talent and stuff. So I think I got a lot of positive reinforcement. And the only thing I ever get told is like, keep doing it, push it, and work harder. So um, no, I guess I can't really say I have gotten any serious pushback.
Awesome. And I it's very interesting because when I got a call and we had a call Antigua is best known for athletics and a beautiful country, one of my best countries. If you know, you know what? Having been there, I have so many friends and they say great things about it. You
Yeah.
hardly hear about music from Antigua, even though we have DJ mixes on this station.
Yep.
How did, tell us a little bit more about your musical career, the genesis of it. Well, after you've already indicated to us that friends helped out when you started out your first time in the studio, you went and recorded. Tell us a little bit more about the industry in Antigua.
The industry in Antigua, it's really small. I guess you could say it's kind of still growing. There's not much of like a major industry. There's no major record labels out of Antigua. There's no major studio that you can go to that's very well equipped and just at like a really high level standard. There's nothing really like that. So I guess there's still a lot of, room for it to grow. There's a lot of talented artists for sure. Nowadays there's a lot more coming up and they're doing different genres of music. You have R&B singers, you got rappers, you have dancehall artists, soca artists, but I feel like the main genre is really soca or calypso. And if you're not really doing one of those two things, then you're not really getting anywhere on a major level in the Caribbean, per se, because we have our carnival season and a lot of artists are making music to promote during carnival, which then they go and do the different competitions and shows and stuff. So I feel like if you're not really making that kind of music, you're not really getting that push, which is what I guess it's not really a push back, but it's a struggle that I had to face, in the music and starting up. And even now I have to face it back home, is just getting bookings or having people put me on to shows and different things, because I'm not making the traditional soca music. But I feel like with this project that I just dropped, the music on it is very much able to be played, and it's music that can be played at parties and carnival and these things as well. There's songs in there that can be put into those different, I guess you could say, environments. So yeah, hopefully as I keep progressing, then the music industry in Antigua will keep growing, and I'll do my best to also keep helping it grow and see where it goes from there.
Yes, I can sympathize with you on that score because you are you are surrounded by a genre of kind of different kinds of genres. You are surrounded by different kinds of genres, and I mean, the established ones are always in the forefront. But at the same time, too, I think what you are doing your possible best. We all can be doctors. We all cannot be lawyers. We all cannot be mechanics. So you're doing your best. Your background right now, from your bio, and what I gathered was that you do pop, hip hop, and Afro swing. Let's go back to the Afro swing. What is Afro swing? Because I've listened to some of your music, terrific stuff, terrific music that people should really look at. You look at you and then come up with what they experience. Your music is great.
Thank you.
Afro swing. Give me, and let's chat about that.
Yeah, so sorry. Yeah, so for me, I mean, with the Afro swing and the hip hop and stuff, Afro swing to me is like like an up tempo, like Afro beat, like just nice melodies and good vibes, and kind of like an Afro pop almost. And so when I started making like Afro beats music and stuff, I just wanted to experiment. So I just try rap a little bit, or use rap lyrics in a melodic way, or just try to switch things around and experiment a little bit, see what sort of sounds I could get. And I'm very like, I feel like I'm quite critical in myself, and so while recording and stuff, I just try to play around, and if I like it, then I keep it. If I don't, then I just keep trying until I get something that hopefully sounds good to me first, and then hopefully to everybody else.
Yeah, I mean, I've listened to your music. You're doing great. You're right there. You're right there. You're right there, and I appreciate that. What challenges have you faced in your career, and how did you overcome them?
So yeah, I mean the major one, I'll touch back on it from before as well. It's like the major one is just getting bookings and stuff back home and locally, and getting to that level at home. But I feel like since coming to Lagos the first time when I recorded this latest project, this is Lagos, and releasing that, and now I'm back here again. I think as I keep pushing out to different places and just expanding more on a global level, then hopefully back home they'll start to take the music in more and claim it. I think it's usually like that, you know. You got to make it somewhere else for everybody back home to really appreciate it and want to be like, oh yeah, that guy's Antiguan, like that's our guy. So yeah, just for me to overcome that, I just have to keep working hard, you know. Hopefully keep making great music and just doing it the best way that I can, and make a name for myself, which will then in like put, you know, Antigua on the map musically, and just keep building that industry back home. That way more artists from back home that are talented and deserve to be heard, you know, get heard.
Yeah. And my follow-up will be why Lagos?
So yeah, I met my manager earlier this year, and I had taken a break from music for a while, and I met this guy. He listened to my music and enjoyed it, and you know, he wanted to represent me, and he was originally from Lagos, so the music that I was doing, the Afro beats kind of fusion, he was just like, "Yo, your music's good. I want to represent you, and I'd like to bring you to Lagos, you know, and you can meet a lot of people over there in the industry." He said he had some connections and stuff. So when I came, yeah, I was introduced to a lot of producers and other people in the industry and artists, and we had a whole camp, and it went really well. And the project was made from that, and we made some great music. So yeah, after releasing that, it's only right that I come back again and promote. And I think Lagos is a place that I'll always keep coming back to. I've made some really great friends here, and some really great music here. I get inspired when I am here, so it is nice, and I'll keep coming back for sure. And yeah, keep making good music.
Yeah, you're making good music. It seems like the Lagos that track. Um, honestly speaking, it's Afrobeat, and I love it. The
Yeah,
voice, everything that is on the track is excellent. So now you're going to add Afrobeat on top of the others, the R&B, the hip hop, and all.
yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure, for sure. Yeah, I mean, Afrobeats is a really good genre. I just like it's very positive music. You know, it's good vibe music. It makes people want to dance and have a good time. And I feel like the messages behind the songs are usually quite positive. So it's definitely a genre that I want to keep, you know, experimenting with, and trying to not only like, I guess you could say, master that sound, but also master the fusion, you know, and figure out more ways to experiment and mix it with different genres, and just make something special and unique at the same time. So it's definitely the plan.
Yeah, I like your concept. That I'm of the same stuff because like you cannot hit me with a specific genre of music. I'm always experimenting with sounds. I
Yeah.
love jazz. I love writing horns for jazz. I like different genres, putting them together, and then coming up with something that is great for your fans is the way to go. With the release of your that track, Lagos, I would say Lagos, right? How has the response been?
It's been good. So Lagos is the title track off of an EP that I released. This is Lagos, and so the feedback's been really good. I've been getting a lot of good feedback. The streams are doing well. and people are like taking it in quite well. So just to keep promoting, I feel like the biggest struggle that I have, I guess, in a sense, is myself like promoting and pushing it on Instagram and making all the videos and the reels and this. I'm not huge on the social media, so that's like the hardest thing for me is locking in on that. But I think as I keep pushing it and keep promoting the project, it'll keep doing well, and the feedback's been really great. So I'm very happy. I think it's the best body of work that I've done so far, and I'll just keep trying to progress and elevate and taking it up to the next level, and yeah, work on some good projects. I have lots of music coming, so lots
Oh,
more on.
so we can't wait for that because Lagos is my favorite track. I will tell you that. Yeah, I mean, this is Lagos is my favorite track, and it's great. And back home, how are they, embracing it?
Yeah. I mean, back home, I've also gotten a lot of good feedback. I mean, I dropped the project and then immediately left home, and I went to America and did some promotion over there. I'm back in Lagos now doing some promo, and then I go to the UK. So I haven't really been at home to really like see how it's being taken in. But the feedback that I've gotten so far has been great. I did a release party before I left, and there was a good turnout. I had a lot of good friends and family out there, and yeah, man, people are loving it, and yeah, it's just nice to see. So I know I'm doing something right, and yeah, just got to keep doing it.
Yeah, because like we said earlier on, you're surrounded by soca, calypso, reggae, dancehall, and you are surrounded. But then bringing this into the fold, I think will make a difference in terms of your career progression. Do you agree with that?
Yeah.
Because
I think
with the
uh,
Afrobeat, yes.
sure. Yeah, I definitely think so. And Afrobeats is a huge genre right now. It's definitely one of the fastest growing ones, and so even in the Caribbean, it's quite big at the moment. There's a lot of Afrobeats getting a lot of radio play. So yeah, I think for sure adding this into the mix will definitely have a positive impact on the career for sure.
Yeah, yeah. Folks, we are in conversation with the great, the amazing Tiguua. He is in Lagos, Niger. Yes.
Yes, sir.
And we have a very great conversation here. He is from Antigua and making a lot of waves around the. Check him out, check him out, check him out. This is Lagos,
Definitely.
is one of his latest projects, and I'm tell you what, I love it. I really do love it. How do you stay motivated and productive?
I feel like traveling definitely helps me to stay motivated. I feel like it gives me inspiration to sing about different things and just different, like, I guess seeing different things and different cultures and just atmospheres kind of helps me to create for sure. Um, and then I think just like life.
Mhm.
Um, definitely want to be successful in whatever I like choose to do. I'm quite a competitive person, so I guess you could say if I put my mind to something, I really want to see it work out. So I feel like I've invested a lot of time and money and energy and just everything into this. So that definitely keeps me motivated because I just want to work hard and make sure that I'm making the people around me proud. And I feel like I just have a lot of people that I want to help and get to a certain level. So that's what keeps me motivated for sure. It's just like just the belief that I feel like I can really do it and get to a good spot.
Mhm, mhm. And how do you approach problem solving in your line of work? Because sometimes, you know, I'm an artist. I want perfection, but sometimes, most times, you won't get it. But if any problems arises, I try as much as possible to make sure that I'm in the best frame of mind to, especially when we are mounting the stage to do that. How do you go about that?
I think I kind of just like trust the process. I feel like I have good people around me where like I'm quite a perfectionist as well, and sometimes I really don't like hearing the feedback of my voice, and I feel like sometimes like this doesn't sound right, or does this sound good? And I'm quite critical. So I feel like when I have people around me that, the reinforcement, yo, this sounds good, or this isn't really good, let's do something else, then I can kind of trust that process and know that, okay, well, maybe it doesn't sound good now, but with some engineering or something, it can sound better, or something can be added to the beat. And I just kind of trust the process. And then when I hear something that I like, or the team likes, or whatever, then we go from there. And the songs, I often find like the songs that I don't like in the beginning, or that I don't like to hear, um, they're the ones that eventually creep up on me and I really do enjoy. And I give them that time of the day because of the positive reinforcement that I'm getting from my team or my friends or whoever's listening to the song at the time. So yeah, I think that's how I go about that.
And what does your creative process look like?
I think it all starts with like the beat for me. I tend to, if I get into the studio with a producer, or I'm working with somebody, either they'll start to make a beat from scratch, or they'll play a few different little loops or samples. And I feel like when the beat's right, it's just right. And then I immediately kind of start getting flows from it, and I can start writing, and then I record. And then, once I record and I can kind of hear what I've done or how it sounds when it's being played back, then I work from there, and either I keep writing, or I scrap it and try something else, or see where it goes, go with the flow, and again, just trust the process.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. With me, are you one of those artists who write music in the shower?
No, I can't. I ever have. I freestyle a lot in the shower. I
That's
can say
right.
that. I do come up with quite a bit of ideas in the shower, or like
That's right.
I'll play beats and I'll just go and have a shower while beats are playing, and then I'll just mess around to them. So I guess you can say yes, but I've never actually penned anything, or used my phone and written anything while in the shower. No,
That's right. In the quest of doing that, you also have to be very careful if you have an
you don't want to drop
That's right.
or wet the notepad.
That's right. Yeah. What are some of the misconceptions about our profession? I won't say your profession. A lot of people have so many different misconceptions about what we do, in this industry that we belong to. What are some of the misconceptions that to you or you've heard that persists?
I guess maybe like I've had people maybe think like, especially I think back home in Antigua, it's very much a place like if you're trying to do music or anything like that, then people kind of like look at you like, oh, like you think you're better, or like who do you think you are, kind of thing. Um, but I mean, misconceptions. Guess
Mhm.
people can think like artists and stuff like that can be quite fake, or is like what they're saying in the music really what they're experiencing or living. And I feel like a lot of the times it can be, but a lot of the times it also can't. Like sometimes people have a character that they play, or you have to definitely separate the artist from and the music from the person itself that's creating it from the artist. So I think that's definitely one that a lot of people might think. And if you're making music that doesn't necessarily match what you promote in your lifestyle or stuff like that, then people can kind of judge. But I feel like nowadays as well, like just due to social media and stuff, I feel like people aren't really caring as much about like the lyrics or what's being said, as opposed to how good it sounds, or how trendy it will be to make a TikTok dance to, or put behind the video that you have on Instagram. So I feel like as long as it sounds catchy in a way, people don't really listen to the lyrics as much, I guess. So maybe that's not as much a misconception. It's unfortunate though.
Yeah, 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 you're right. I agree. I agree. Um, you're busy. You go to the studio, you come back, and the managers, the team, everybody say, you know what, we have some propositions, and we have to do all these kind of stuff. How do you balance your personal and professional life?
You know, I haven't gotten to that level yet where all these proposals and propositions are coming in. So hopefully soon I get to that point and um, I can handle that pressure. But I mean, in my day-to-day life back home, I work, I run a company for my family. So I feel like I'm pretty used to handling that sort of pressure, and I have quite a good business mindset. So um, yeah, I think I'll be able to balance that. But how I balance it with my day, with like my time, I feel like I always try to make time for myself for sure. Um, my dad before he passed, he's a really hard worker, you know, and I think like he worked himself to the point where he passed away. You know, like he was always working really hard, and he died of a random heart attack. You know, so I feel like in a sense I have a work ethic that I got from him where I do work hard, but at the same time I've just told myself like I can't work myself to death. You know, like I have to give time for myself, and it's always good to make time to unwind and just relax. I like video games. You know, I like to play video games. I'll get back home. I'll throw on my Xbox or something, play some FIFA, Call of Duty, things like that. I'll play online with friends and just kick back, take time to myself, and you know, listen to music, make music. I really don't consider like making music work. You know, yeah, it's work and I have to work hard and make music, but I enjoy doing it, you know, and when the vibe is right and you make like a really good song or you just have that session, that it's just a great feeling, you know? So like that's definitely helps the balance a lot is just enjoying what you're doing. It's not like a task. I think anybody that does music, I don't see how they could like see it as like a task, you know, because they
It's a
love
job.
music.
Mhm.
They're doing something they love, and there's nothing nicer than like when you make that track or when you just like the producer's there and just makes a fire beat, you know, or you're working with another artist and you see a different level of creativity or a different creative process, and it's just like, whoa, like
Yeah.
this person is super talented. Like I need to work harder and just and practice my craft to get to that level, you know? So I think that's quite inspiring, and then definitely keeps you motivated to work harder, which makes a balance, you know?
But you're on the right track. Yeah, you're right. I mean, sometimes um, I've had my fill of touring South America, the Caribbean and Canada, and, United States and all those kind of stuff. Sometimes, when you everything is over, you just have to balance it out, have
Yeah.
time for yourself, and because
Yeah.
you can't be an ever ready battery that go 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 go. At some point in time, it will have to stop, and then what next? So I mean, I
Yeah.
share your thing.
And you gotta have experiences, you know. If you're not experiencing things or doing new things or just having time for yourself, then I mean, for me personally, I can't really think of anything to make new music on. Or if I've got a lot on my mind, or I'm not in the right headspace, it's hard for me to create music because I'm only thinking about one thing. And then I think it becomes quite genre based, like my mood or my mindset at the time or what I'm going through determines the kind of music that I want to make. You know, if it's um, sad, slow music or upbeat dance music or whatever it may be, so I think it's definitely important to charge up the battery, you know?
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, folks, we are in conversation with the amazing Tiguua, Love the Afrobeat Music Talk Radio, and the program you are listening to and you are watching here on Love the Radio. Yes, it's Highway 6 to Africa. Yes, Highway 6 to Africa. There are 6 highways to Africa. I'll let you know why this program was named Highway 6 to Africa if you are joining us for the first time. I will come to that. Antigua, my next question to you will be, who would you like to collaborate?
Um, there's a few artists for sure that I'd really like to work with. Somebody that, you know, I've mentioned quite a bit in these interviews, and I'm trying to manifest it, you know, and hopefully it happens. Would be Fireboy DML for sure. He's somebody that I think would make a pretty sick collaboration. Um, IOMAF is somebody that, you know, I think would be pretty cool as well to collaborate with. He's up and coming, and he's also making waves and just has a dope sound. I saw him perform live my first time here, just at like an event for Wise Tola, and she had him perform a song, and I was just like, yo, this kid's super talented. And then like within 2-3 weeks, he just blew up. It just went next level, and I was like, damn, like wow, you know, that's sick. So he'd be somebody cool to collab with. Odumodu Black, and then just the list could be so long, but I'll stick to those for now. You know.
Yeah. You stick with Tiguua. Tiguua collaborating with Tiguua, you know,
Yeah.
yeah, we've had so many artists who have come through here, Grammy Award winners, Juno Award winners, and stuff like that. And others, and if you ask some of the up and coming artists and say, who do you want to collaborate? They always mention specific names and says, I want to be like that person. And I always say, no, you don't want to be that person. I don't want to be Burna Boy. There's only one Burna Boy. There's only one Whiskey.
Yep.
I want to be who I want to be, because they had to
Yep.
learn somebody's tracks to be able to do that. So Tiguua is, going to collaborate with Tiguua. When the right time comes, hey, we are in it together. Your take on it, please.
Yeah, man, for sure.
And the next question that I would like to ask you will be, how do you find yourself with next 5 years? I'm not going 10, 5.
How do I see myself in the next 5 years?
5 years, yes.
I just hope better, you know. I hope that, you know, lyrically, sonically, everything. I hope I have a better voice. I definitely want to do some vocal training.
Excuse me, what did you just say? What did you just say? You had a better voice? You have a very good voice, man.
Yeah. But I think there's always room for improvement, you know.
Okay.
So I definitely want to keep working on my craft for sure, and just in the next 5 years, I hope to be more successful than I am now, and really making waves and just impacting people's lives in a positive way. And yeah, man, I feel like I'm a pretty positive person, and I like to just think positive of what the future is going to be like. So I just hope that I keep excelling in what I'm doing, and just shutting down some big stages and just making people proud, you know. And if I get that, then I'm happy. As long as it's a better position than I'm in now, then I've done something right. Just can't go backwards, you know.
That's right. No, forward ever, backwards never. And you know what? In our industry, you need a lot of networking and all those kind of stuff. What role does networking play in your career?
Everything. I mean, I feel like I have a really great team. I have to, you know, my manager that introduced me to the people that I met here in Lagos, and Bio and Richardine, and all these people that are behind the scenes that are just working super hard to have these interviews. You know, the fact that I'm even on this station with you right now and having this conversation, I wouldn't have known or even been able to make that connection without my team. And they're working really hard. So I just got to thank them for sure. And yeah, networking is everything that they're doing. And they've got a great network, and I've got a great team, and I couldn't ask for better. So, yeah, as long as everybody just keeps doing what they're doing, then we should be good.
That's right. And what is the biggest challenge you see facing the industry in the future? Because right now, I'm saying this to say that we are in the era, we are entering into the era of AI, right?
Yeah.
What is the biggest challenge you see facing this industry, our industry, not your industry, our industry, because I'm part of it in the future?
I guess, yeah, I mean, with the AI and stuff, I guess there's a lot that could jeopardize our industry for sure, you know, with songwriting and I mean, songwriters and stuff like that would definitely be affected because now you just prompt something into a computer and you have a song there, or um, even just artists being plagiarized or their voice being taken and used for different things. But I think also okay, like the AI and stuff, to me, I think I'm more worried about it like in terms of people just lying and faking certain things or using your voice to say things or making. I think it could just cause a lot of unnecessary scandals. And in this social media era that we live in, I think that's just the biggest challenge that I'll have to probably face in the future is just social media. And like I said, I'm not really big on social media anyway, so I will probably have somebody at some point that will just run my account, and I wouldn't really care to look at the comments or be affected negatively by it anyways. I'll just live my life
Yes.
regardless. But yeah, I think that's definitely the biggest challenge for sure. It's just social media. And I think music nowadays isn't appreciated the same as it was before. And it's just more of like chewed up and spit out and it's on to the next, you know?
Mhm.
So I think being in like longevity is definitely going to be a challenge for artists, you know, staying relevant for a really long period of time. Especially because it's so easy for a
Yeah.
new artist to be made every day. Anybody can upload a song, you know,
Yeah.
you can make a beat or buy a beat and record la 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 and
Put
upload
somebody
it.
else.
And it's on Apple Music, it's on everything, and everybody has access to it. So there's no real barrier that's stopping anybody from putting their music out there. So I think it's a great thing on one hand,
Yeah.
because you know, if it wasn't for that, then I wouldn't have been able to release any music or anything as an independent artist. But at the same time, it's just a new artist is made every day. So how do you stay relevant or stay attractive to people that want to keep listening to you? So I think it's a challenge that I'll have to face for sure. And when I do look at my numbers and like social media and stuff, it's always like, how do I stay relevant? Or like, why does this post get X amount of views and this doesn't get any attention? So you know, I think that's definitely another thing that will play into the future. And it's only going to get worse, right? I mean, it's not going to get any less digital. It's only going to get more judgmental, more easily accessible. And yeah, if AI can write me a song and I can release it and I've got a good voice, I don't even need a good voice because there's
It can do that for you.
plugins and everything to make you sound good anyways. So
So
yeah.
then it takes us to the fake kind of thing that we're talking about.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
just also makes it more competitive, right?
Yeah.
If if 100 million people are trying to make music as opposed to just a million, now it's just even harder. Yeah,
And
but it's good. It's
yeah,
good.
it is. Yeah, one way or the other is good, and we hope there are a few great new AI lawyers coming up. So you know what they can fight for the voiceless.
Yeah.
Can you share any mentors or role models who've influenced you to this level?
Um. Yeah. I mean, I think it wouldn't really be musically. I guess it'd probably be my dad, to be honest. He's somebody that growing up, he's just the hardest worker that I knew. Did everything for his family. He was a very family oriented person, and so a lot of his values are instilled into me. So I think if it wasn't for that guidance from him and my mom and my family, then you know I don't think I'd be who I am today. So I think definitely I'd give it to them, and um, yeah, I I think that's really it for me. I mean, musically, I think I'm inspired by a lot of artists, so it's always really hard to like choose one artist that I could attribute it all to because there isn't, and I feel like I don't really try to sound like anybody. So there's not like one artist that I could say like, oh yeah, like I try to copy that style, or not really copy, but I'm trying to be inspired by that style and do that specific way of things. I try to mix it up so it's like one big melting pot of just different inspirations and styles. So and then that's how you get Tiguua.
Yes, 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 yes. And we are going to be wrapping up. But the thing is, how can I'm getting a lot of text here. How can people get your music?
So yeah, it's on all streaming platforms, Apple Music, Spotify, Audio Mac, Boomplay. It's on everything under Tigua, Tigua, and you'll see it. My new project is This Is Lagos, so you will see it. It's out now, so definitely go check it out. Listen to the music. I'd say it's definitely a project that's quite versatile, and there's a lot of different sounds on it. It's 8 songs, and all 8 songs sound different. So if it's a really like good way to get introduced to Tiga. You know, you get to see my different styles, what I'm capable of, and then definitely go check out some of the older stuff as well. You know.
Awesome, awesome. And before we go, I would like to thank Grunge Cake Agency, Richardine. You are the best for connecting some great, amazing artists out there. There are so many artists out there who want to be heard, who want to be seen, so many of them. It's not those of us who have been able to achieve to some extent getting some awards who are the best. We are not the best. Yes, I've gotten some awards. And if you are a Grammy Award winner, a Juno Award winner, a Pan-African Award winner, whatever award that you have, there are so many people out there who have not been discovered and tapped. But hey, folks, take a look once again at Tigua from the beautiful country of Antigua, one of the best acts ever come out of the country. And check him out, folks. And listen to his music on Love the Afrobeat Music Talk Radio 24/7. My name is DJ TYB, the place to be. Join us again next week for another artist. Is there anything that you'd like to tell your friends out, Tigua?
Yeah. Well, first of all, thank you very much for having me on the show. For sure, appreciate it. It was a great interview. Really enjoyed that conversation. So thank you for sure for having me on. And yeah, guys, just keep streaming the music. You know, definitely go check me out on social media. Follow me on Instagram at Tiga_official, TIGUA. That's Tiga_official. And yeah, you know, stick with me on this journey. We're steady going to the top. So hope to see you guys up there. Bless. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, you're right there. You are there, and you are there. Never forget about that. This station is your station to come back again, new projects and stuff like that. Thank you, Richardine. Thank you, Grunge Cake. Thank you to the producers, and thank you to the staff and money. Love the Afrobeat Music Talk Radio, Highway 6 to Africa. See you again. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Station to come back again, new projects and stuff like that. Thank you, Richardine. Thank you, Grunge Cake. Thank you to the producers, and thank you to the staff and management of Love the Afrobeat Music Talk Radio, Highway 6 to Africa.